When you grow up in an emotionally immature household, there is a narrative that that family has that looks one way on the outside to external people, even close family members. And then there is a whole different story happening on the inside of that house. Sort of like this unspoken agreement that we don't talk about what happens in the house. We don't talk about the experiences that are really going on. We don't talk about the things that are happening behind closed doors because that's our business and nobody else's. And it's usually the children in that household who identify that something is not right, but have to kind of participate in this narrative because there's no way out of it until adulthood. So they have to go along with what this shared narrative is. And it's usually based on a narrative that serves to keep that emotionally immature parent at the center in control of a lot of different things. There are so many instances where children experienced not just psychological and emotional neglect or abuse, as well as other forms of maltreatment. And people that were really close to them had no idea it was going on. And it isn't until maybe many years later, decades even, some of these things start to come out and people are like, are you kidding? Like, I thought you guys had the perfect family. You always seemed so happy. Everybody seemed fine. Really underneath, there was this deep seated culture of silence and pretending. It's really eerie to talk to people because it's like they could make this switch really easily. You knew that they had to engage in this like performative reflection of what the family was supposed to be instead of what it actually was. And so a lot of times, there's that family member who goes away, goes off after adulthood and does their own thing, and they just really cannot participate in that family narrative anymore because it feels so disingenuous and so contrary to what their actual experience was. So much so that continuing to participate in it, adulthood, and exposing their families that they've created themselves to that false narrative and engaging them and having to participate in it also, that intergenerational cycle perpetuating the trauma is just so unbearable that they just can't do it anymore. And so a lot of times you'll see these adult children create a lot of distance and space, limits and boundaries around these interactions because it just is something they cannot perpetuate, expose their children to anymore.